The Wrestling Mayhem Show. Since 2006, the pioneer in pro wrestling podcasting.
This show is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us and IndieWrestling.network for your independent wrestling entertainment. Slice on Broadway, supporting Pittsburgh podcasting with the perfect pepperoni pizza.
Just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you have to do, make it last. Wait for the perfect.
Hey, it's the Wrestling Mayhem Show, episode 969 Tuesday. We've been doing professionalized wrestling chatter. I'm Mike Sorg at Sorgatron in the Sorgatron Media Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania with you. And we got a little bit of a new layout here. We had reformatted a little bit of the studio. Hope you guys are I don't know if it looks or sounds different or anything like that. It should be mostly the same hardware, except for the core off camera here. But we do have with us, you can see off here in the distance, it is the Riz.
Go back to that, Sorg.
Go with the wide shot. Yeah, you're hanging right here. Okay, what's up?
I'm looking at that Zoa, Sorg.
Well, yeah, I got a Zoa. I got a green apple Zoa going on over here.
This is my bit.
Dude,
hi.
Yeah, Katie got me like a whole bunch of these going into Exodus this weekend, and I only drank a couple of them. So, because I was too stressed.
I only
to
drank
drink
half
anything.
the one Missy gave me.
Oh yeah, you went to Neo Pro Wrestling in Canton, Ohio.
Pro.
Yeah, we're working with them.
That was an interesting.
You guys, it was
interesting drive.
It was an interesting drive. The Canton. Did you find the Culvers?
Yes.
You didn't go to a strip joint like I did last time
No,
for the show.
I didn't pass the Culvers or the strip club.
Okay, it's fine.
And then it was in a. Thankfully, there was no. There were no naked people there. It was an Eagles Club, so
Okay.
That
could still have some naked people though.
It was the continental breakfast for all Eagle members of that time. So
Wait, what?
yeah, no, it like I guess it's like a VFW type situation.
Oh yeah. It's something like that. I
So-
got you.
Yeah, so they had like breakfast for everybody.
Okay. Mine
Not for us, though.
Mine was the usual tree lawn up there. So, but either way, we have a guest with us this week. He is the top prospect champion at Prospect Pro Wrestling that is returning with Resuscitated. And I'm sure I'm going to misspell at some point here as I'm sharing this for the show. Preston Everest, there it is. That's the button. Is with us with all the belts because you're also the pit fight champion as well. There you go. Has all of it. We got the goggles. We got it all going on.
Now, do you still want to be called formerly known as Super Hentai, or is
No, bud, that's dead.
Yeah,
Okay.
that ship has sailed.
That ship has sailed. Definitely got humbled in that feud. Super Hentai still, even 25 years into the business, very, very real deal. Culminated in that big dog collar match. And, chains hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the old guys got to smack the young guys around, teach them a little bit about respect, and I respect the hell out of Super Hentai, bud.
Regardless of the outcome, and for those who don't know, at Renegade Wrestling Alliance, you had a feud with Super Hentai. I think you had acquired the name or something and a mask, and I was really impressed with the Super Hentai mannerisms that you pretty well perfected, I think, coming out to the ring every month. So
yeah, when you get to work with a legend like Soup, and you've been watching him for a few years, and you get a lot of comparisons because Soup and I are both 4 foot nothing.
mm-hmm.
You get a lot of that, so you start like, when you're tape watching and tape studying and everything, you pick up on a few things.
Mm-hmm.
So just when we went into that feud, it was when we're in the back, we would each have the mask on,
Mm-hmm.
and it was J-Rock would be like, I can't tell which one of you is which.
Did
The
you
best was when I came out in the t-shirt and the basketball shorts and the shooter boots and everything with the mask, because everyone was like, that's exactly what hentai would wear in like a run-in or something. Like 100%.
Did you ever do the Spider-Man point pose at any point?
No. And to be completely honest, I didn't keep that mask on a whole bunch because it is impossible to wrestle with a mask on. He also got a bigger head than I got, so it's like I didn't really ever fit the mask, even with the hair. It's just he's just got massive dome, massive head, massive shoulders, massive arms, massive everything. It's just, yeah.
See, we've heard. Some of us have witnessed. Yeah, unfortunately. No, I believe it. I've heard the headbutts in like feet away.
They
It's
suck.
ridiculous.
That's what split me open.
yeah.
That's, yeah. First time or second time I'd ever bled in a match.
Wow.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Tremendous. We'll be talking about more of that and what's going on here at 2PW here this Friday, of course, with coming back. I know you got Andrew Pallas. We'll talk about that in a bit too. But let's get into first. Let's get into some of the big news of the week. There's been some news about what WWE is doing. TKO stuff all over the place. I feel like we're going to talk about the business of the business here. I think more than anything, unfortunately. But the big news from this week is that WWE will be taking their PLEs, allegedly 10 at minimum, to ESPN in 2026. This is going to be, if you haven't caught up on this, just for the general info here, this is going to be part of ESPN's new over-the-top service. Right now they have the ESPN Plus, which does not, I don't think, include the general ESPN stuff. I think it's kind of additional content, if I'm not mistaken. It's kind of an incomplete ESPN. It's part of the Disney Plus packages and all that kind of stuff, right? This is going to be a new $29.99 service that if you do not have cable, you will get all the channels, is my understanding of this, and include extra content, which is going to include the WWE PLE. So we're talking WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, all that kind of stuff. I've had questions because, okay, this is leading, Peacock has their deal until the end of the year. I was hoping that Netflix would pick up everything much like they do internationally, right? You can, if you got a VPN or just take a trip to Canada, you can watch SmackDown, NXT, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, all on there. A lot of the back content has come over on there as well. Whereas here in America, it's Raw based content, and WWE Unreal is a part of it. So it is interesting. Splitting is going to be happening now. So now we've gone from maybe you paid $5 a month, or it's included with your, I don't know. I don't even know what service I have that includes Peacock at this moment. I just have it from, I don't know, Grubhub or Walmart Plus or something, right? To you're going to have to pay probably $30. Now, I think if you have cable, it's a different tier because you already have the channels and you log in, you can get it through your cable provider or something like that. These details, it debuts, I think end of August or September. So we'll get details on how that actually functions before we get the PLEs here at the beginning of the year. So how are we feeling about these WWE shows becoming more expensive out of nowhere, I guess, is what we're kind of amounting to, right?
I mean, is it really out of nowhere? I mean, you used to pay like $50 for, the show, like when SummerSlam would play,
like a decade ago.
Yeah, just $50, $60. I remember begging my dad to do it, and my dad hated wrestling, so you just go over to a couple buddies' house, and who's going to pay for it, and then you help chip in for pizza or something.
So at least it's a monthly thing.
Yeah, it's a monthly thing that like you get everything else too. So if you're not just a Fed fan, like you can watch everything that ESPN has to offer. I do have ESPN Plus currently, so I'll probably just.
So you're like already,
Yeah, I mean, ESPN Plus has like I watch softball. That's one of my favorite sports. So when softball rolls around, Bud's watching it. This does not bother me at all. I mean, I'm gonna be watching wrestling as long as it like still has all the old stuff. Like as long as like everything that's on what was the network that became Peacock, like as long as I can watch like Flair and Luger from Starrcade, I'm fine.
That's I think that's going to be a question mark actually, because the word I'm seeing from sites is saying, what are they getting? There's like a line on wrestlingnews.co about ESPN is interested in the library rights. They will be receiving the back shows for shows that they're showing. So all the WrestleManias will be there.
WrestleManias and stuff like that.
Yeah. So,
but I heard, and I think it is the same source, that it's not the full library.
No, it's literally just the PLEs.
So you're going to have to either go on the Peacock for those backlogs, or they're going to have some sort of deal with either Netflix or ESPN to put everything probably WWE-fied on the network and maybe include a little bit more of, like, let's say AWA or stuff like that, because remember ESPN has shown that in the past. Like, they've shown old episodes of like AWA television in the past.
ESPN
So,
had a history. I think when they were still WWE Network, wasn't ESPN re-showing like WrestleMania would happen, and there'd be like an edited version of WrestleMania they would show over like 2 nights across on ESPN when like football was off or something, like as filler content. Like I feel like that was a thing like pre-COVID maybe, or maybe during COVID, honestly. Like something like that when there was no sports. Yeah, they filled it in with WWE content, I think. So there's a lot of moving parts here, because they mentioned only the the 10 PLEs. This doesn't include, to my knowledge, what happens to the NXT PLEs. Right. We've already broken off NXT content. Those have gone to the CW platform. So the back like you can't replay it like a month from now on Peacock. A statement from Peacock says they are going to keep the replays of SmackDown on Peacock because they do have rights to SmackDown on USA Network, right? So I think what's happening here generally is we're going to see, and you talk about that old content. I don't know if you noticed, they have the WWE Vault, and they've like my feed is full of, hey, here's a Starcade, here's a this show, here's Beach Blash, here's they're moving the classics to YouTube, it seems. So now you're having this mash split out of all of the WWE content across the board, and I don't think the full puzzle has been put together yet of how we'll be watching WWE content in January of 2026 when Peacock's current deal goes out. Main event just this year. How long is Main Event's deal with NBC? That's been they didn't do it the first time it seen, but they have been playing that on Peacock. And you literally internationally, you can't get Main Event on Netflix. Like, you can't find in Canada, you can't find in the UK on Netflix.
Speaking of internationally, what are they doing for, like, they have that Clash at the Castle show? Is that one of the big ones that ESPN's getting?
Yeah,
or?
That would count as a PLE. That count as a WWE PLE, I think. Okay. So, like, whatever that is, whatever they're going to pop up over AEW All Out here in a couple months, stuff like that. Like, those main shows, I think, is what they're talking about there. And it says 10 minimum. So, whatever that leads to. I don't, I think April hasn't had a PLE recently, for instance, because they just ramp up the WrestleMania or something, right? Depending on when WrestleMania lands. Because you got to think, like, they only have Elimination Chamber and Royal Rumble before Mania, and that's 4 months, first 4 months of the year.
And then they added in Main Event as like a PLE, like to hype up WrestleMania. But the big ones have always been Elimination Chamber, the Rumble.
It's gonna be stuff like that. It's gonna be your Crown Jewels. It's gonna be your Night of Legends. It's gonna be those kinds of things. So
now, are they gonna also count WrestleMania or SummerSlam or Survivor Series? They go 2 nights.
I think they count as one, honestly. In this math, I think it counts. WrestleMania is one event over 2 nights. That's why I'm counted twice in the figures when we talk about that final number. Yeah, because like nobody else is calling bullshit on that 2-night number, though.
That's Steiner math, brother.
Yeah, it was like 115,000 people were here this weekend. It's like, I had a 2-day pass. What are you doing? You
showed up twice.
I'd be curious what the percentage is of people that go to both days. Gotta be 80%, maybe. So, but there was like a 7,000 person distance between the first day and the second day at SummerSlam. We noticed, and they didn't even say it the first month. The first time they said, tonight we have 60,000 people, and the total is like 115,000 or 112,000, and we did the math. It was like, so we had 7,000 less last night. Okay, like that kind of thing. So, but it's fuzzy wrestling math. Even that is, nobody noticed. But either way, it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. Bonner is saying that he's read that they, if you have ESPN on cable providers, depending on the cable provider, this may be simply included in your system. So this actually, just like how when Peacock started, remember, it was included if you had Xfinity Comcast, you just had it, right? Like a lot of people just have it. That's why those numbers went through the roof when WrestleMania that year, because I think they got it right before WrestleMania. So that was a huge thing for Peacock's growth between WrestleMania and the Olympics. Peacock was doing pretty good, like that, and they still have the Olympics. They're still good with that. They still have other content they've been building, and we'll see how they go from there.
Damn, ESPN, like they got NBA Live or whatever it's called, that little talk show. They got or NBA Tonight, I think it was called. They got the Red Zone from NFL Network.
Yeah,
they just bought the NFL Network.
Yeah, they're like splitting off the assets or something, right? So that's crazy. But I mean, they've always been throwing money at that kind of stuff. I want to. We have a couple minutes on the segment here, so I do want to mention something that I think goes hand in hand in this. I know we are not so much the sweaty dick punching show that we used to be back in the day, but the UFC news is TKO, and I think it's kind of interesting for a comparison on here. So, saying this without getting into the political implications of it, the deal with Paramount and what's the company that escapes me right now? I think it's in this article. The Paramount deal that's been under contention over the last couple months for certain things going on in the world and certain cancellations happening. That went through, like, I guess a couple days ago from what Skydance Media. There it is. So apparently within those 48 hours, UFC landed, and this is to a Yahoo Sports article that I'm pulling up here. UFC landed $7.7 billion deal with Paramount after a whirlwind 48 hours, according to TKO executives. So what this is going to be, the UFC numbered shows, which are now in a $79 pay-per-view, will now be included with your Paramount Plus subscription, which I guarantee you is going to go up at the beginning of the year. I mean, I'm already amazed that I'm watching Dexter on Showtime for no extra cost right now, right? So, so that's been a huge shift. So ESPN got WWE and WrestleMania, but they lost UFC. So to me, this feels like a trade, right? And I think wasn't it like $5 billion for the PLEs? I'm not sure if I had a figure on that. It was more about where they were going and what you're going to pay.
But wait, isn't TKO still with UFC?
TKO's with what, Chris?
Are they still with UFC?
TKO still has UFC, but they still can sell the rights to different things.
I know. You know. So that would also mean, like, once, and this is pretty much just.
Oh, you're skipping, buddy.
Like a whole bunch of red behind me here. Once this deal, how about now?
Okay, I think I got you now. Try that one more time. Now? Yes.
I was gonna say, just pretend I have like red string back here.
Okay. So okay, so you got your TKO crazy wall is what you're telling me.
We got TKO over here.
Okay.
Okay. Just pretend I have like this stuff over here.
Okay.
TKO on this side.
Yeah.
We have WWE over here somewhere.
Yeah.
There's a chance that all of WWE's backlog might appear on Paramount Plus.
Why? Okay, I mean, there's a non-zero chance that might happen, but anybody can buy anything at this point, right? So, but it's getting so hard to find it. Like, I still don't know where I'm supposed to watch LFG, as a cord cutter. So, I think maybe it's on Hulu, but not through the Disney part, Oh God, we gotta clean up your internet here. But anyways, in the meantime, we'll take a moment here, and I don't know if you need to redial into your AOL or something like that over there, Riz. But in the meantime, I want to give a shout out to our friends on Patreon, patreon.com/Wrestling Mayhem Show. We usually have an after show, plus we do other things like we heard a great story from Preston here before the show, if you were on the Patreon live feed, about his experience up there at the NWA Exodus and some interesting stuff there. But thank you everybody that does support the show at the fan show level. Our friends, Bo Diggity, Woo! As well as Team Hammer Fist, Tupac Family, Bubba Brewer of Triple B Podcast and APWF, and Jason French at the Poppy Club level, Dave Prop Partner, Ratson and Trenchcoat, Tony Kincaid, and True Prince of Pro, T-Pop to his friends. And at the Pizza Club level, Riz. What? Hi. You're not doing a thing.
No, that's that. Oh, you mean? Oh, shit. See, I was trying to fix my shit, Sorg.
Okay, that's fine. We'll work on that. And also, you get the next one then. And at the manager level, Bradley.
It's not even on here.
What? Is
Where'd
it
my
broken?
backgrounds go?
Oh, your stuff went away? Did you reset your system tonight too?
I quit.
No, don't quit. We have all kinds of show to talk about.
I quit.
Oh my God.
quit.
I need you for this next section, sir.
I quit.
You're the one to introduce me to this thing we're about to talk about.
My internet's crappy. Somehow my
Your Zoom isn't working anymore.
Zoom isn't
No Buff Eagle. Intern John isn't here to judge you. So
No, intern John is judging me.
Intern John judges us all.
Buff
By the
Eagle
way,
is-
Intern John, we just worked our last show with Intern John on Saturday at Exodus, and we have determined, since John is going for their graduate studies abroad in Scotland, Intern John will be now known as Scottish John. And we may or may not be getting some segments from them from over there for the show. So we'll see what happens. Are we going to have a Scottish Buff Eagle? Who knows?
There has to be.
And if you didn't catch, I think there's a tweet from about this time last week. We should probably reshare it. There is a Google Drive of all the Buff Eagles of the past that John has made. So enjoy that. And you can, what was it? Take an eagle, give an eagle. So you have to put an eagle in that you've made as you take one out to use, I think was the thing. So just like that little free library, but with Buff Eagle. So AI generation at its finest. Anyways, Riz,
Sorg.
explain what has happened in the last 24 hours. You're not wearing a watch.
Uno.
You're not wearing a watch.
I'm not wearing a watch.
No.
Who wears a watch
No.
nowadays? Evil Uno.
Yes.
Darkwater.
Yes, I've
AEW.
heard of them.
One half of the Super Smash Bros. Back in the day.
Uh-huh.
Held a 12-on-12 elimination style tag team match that went on for 21 hours and some odd minutes.
Mm-hmm.
If they had the ability, and they were gunning for a 24-hour show,
Mm-hmm.
a match for 24 hours. The record is like 21 and some odd hours.
Mm-hmm.
They passed that out. They passed that hour. They passed that milestone. The only thing is, from what I heard from Evil Uno's words, it's not going to be official because in order to have it official, they have to pay an abundance of money to have somebody there tracking it.
Right.
Honestly, and you watched this match too, Sorg.
I watched some of it.
parts of
Yes.
it.
Yes.
not
It has
all
been
of it, I
the link has been disabled on YouTube, but I did find it on Twitch. They did say they were going to leave it out. So this is the kind of stuff that was happening. I think this is where I came in when everybody was doing a devil's kiss on each other.
Oh yeah, you
Um,
got the devil's kiss part.
Yeah, I was at the devil's kiss thing. So and I know you were talking to me about this because I guess for like $250 you could be in the cardboard cutout audience for this thing.
Yep. You can see in the background there. There's Cole Cabana.
Yeah,
there's
he
Orange
is.
Cassidy.
Yeah.
There's some lady there that wants the wrestlers to kiss.
Okay.
You can see the signs in the background.
There was definitely some kissing at some point. So I turned this on. I tuned in shortly about at the 4-hour mark, right? And it's
Evil Uno was already tired.
oh
and
yeah, he
done
was already
with
done with
everything.
this by then. I tuned in probably about 11:30 last night, and MXM Collection was hanging out on there.
Mhm.
And at that point, they were going for a little bit. I think they were still doing Devil's Kits, and they're getting slower and more sensual, and it was getting kind of interesting. in not great ways. And then there was a point where they would tag in, and obviously like not all 12 of them are on this. I didn't see Aubrey was on there too. They're just sitting in this figure 4.
Aubrey and Excalibur.
Yes. Oh, Excalibur too. Awesome. But anyways, around midnight last night, I think they especially started to lose it. Let's see if we can find this here, because they would tag in clothesline and do a double down for a 20 count, the slowest 20 count ever. And I watched a half an hour of this, and they would just tag 2 more people in. Oh, that's it. That's it. That's it. Yep. And
by the way, this ref is my favorite ref.
This ref is pretty
Look
great.
How fucking cool this guy
He was
is.
like smoking at some point.
He's smoking. He has popped collar, sunglasses.
The referees would roll in.
The referees are ready for a 20 count.
Yes. The janitor would come in every once in a while.
He has a name, Sorg.
He did. I didn't hear the name.
His name is Janitor.
Yanni what?
Janitor.
Janitor. Hashtag world's longest match. I've already seen. Oh no! What is this?
Yep.
What am I looking at? What is this human centipede looking shit that's going on right now?
I have no idea.
Is it a multi-person sleeper?
It is.
Why is the other referee?
A lot of multi-person things happening.
Why is the
here.
other referee asleep?
Probably got knocked out.
The janitor's in there. The janitor's like in the.
I think. Yep. There's the janitor again. This is where I was doing. I was doing that with like the. I think those were the deadlock, not the deadlock.
There was a point. There was a
new legacy people.
There was a point where they were taking their boots off. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's just hitting the corners with the chair for
also,
some reason.
There was a very special.
This is about 15 and a half hours in, by the way, at this point.
Yep. He's fighting a chair.
Mm-hmm.
There's this very special moment where during that, and I think you saw this too, during the double down moment segments, Invisible Man and Invisible Stan both showed up.
I did see that. I think that's the point where I gave them my $10 Canadian for their charity. Yep. And yes, this is for fighting back wrestling with cancer. I'm sorry, Canadian Cancer Society let's see, they raised well over 25,000. Let's see what they got up to here. Do you know what the final figure was? 32,000 here towards the end of it. So there you go. So I mean, it was just a fun concept. It's goofy. I mean, they do goofy stuff that goes viral all the time on Mr. Wrestling.
Yeah, here. This is my favorite part in this one.
Okay, what's happening? So
who during in the middle of the match,
I
hope they zoom out a little bit.
Okay.
They're doing.
Is he training him?
During the middle of a match, Stu Grayson comes in.
Hey, Don Castle.
Yep, Dalton Castle's there as well as Excalibur.
Okay.
And he's running a class. Stu Grayson just starts running a class with everybody in. Like, there's 4 people in the front row that were there for training purposes, of course. Not actually there for anything else. But it was just one of those things where it's like, yeah, sure, just have a training. Just train in the middle of a match. The competitors of the match were going out and around the ring. Their referee was following them. It's fine.
Oh, here. Okay, so this is where all the chairs came in. Okay, I see. Okay, yeah, he's
telling him how to like sell.
This looks like that. I actually attended a training session last night, and this is basically what it looks like. So okay,
yeah, and I think Stu might have won.
Yeah. That's Stu Grayson of the Dark Order. That
is the Stu Grayson. Which is weird. Yeah, you can see in the back, going through hard cam. There is a fight going on.
On the right.
They're trying to protect the fans.
Yes.
From this chaos. As you can see.
Yeah. There's always some side bits going on here. Evil Uno came out and became part of the Double Down sequence and everything like that. So it's a fun thing. It was for a good cause. It was goofy. Evil Uno, what we said at the end, he was just like, and we all probably hate each other now. And everything. Like he was like somebody better be going to get pizza or I'm going to have to kill somebody last night around midnight.
He did the same thing for breakfast this morning.
Oh, did he for breakfast? What was their breakfast? I know you
I
had
have
this
no
on
idea.
the most of the 24 hours, didn't you?
Yeah, I only stayed for a couple hours.
Yeah.
I missed RJ because RJ City was on right when I came back on
Mm-hmm.
last night, or like right after I came on last night.
Mm-hmm.
So I missed him, obviously. But yeah, this was just insane. There, like you were mentioning, there was that double down spot. There was the double kiss spot. There was a moment where they did the 10 count, like the 10 punches in the corner.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
Um, that guy,
It was
the
it was
guy,
it was a lot of
with the
stuff in
hat.
slow motion for sure.
Yes, and a lot of referees doing a lot of weird things.
Yes.
The guy in the hat, I think he's called Top Dog.
Okay.
His gimmick is he sells hot dogs.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
During that match, Stu Grayson, in the beginning of the match, Stu Grayson actually took the hot dog and gave that hot dog a Canadian destroyer.
Oh, I think that is during Awesome Cast we were talking about this, and I think that's one that let me see if I have that in here because I think I was sent that clip. So, yeah, is this the one where they threw up the X for the hot dog?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And this was early on too, right? There you
Yep.
go. And the
they're-
referee checks
they're-
on
they're-
him.
Yep.
Yep, and he checks on him, and
And
he's going to give him the X.
Yeah.
Preston, would you participate in a 24-hour match for charity?
For charity?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, for charity. If brothers were just like, hey man, we're gonna if you just go to a venue and a booker man's like, yeah, we need you guys to wrestle for 21 hours. That's probably a booking I'm not gonna take. But if it's for charity, yeah, I'll go out there and I'm not giving a destroyer to a hot dog, but like
No.
Yeah.
That was definitely a big swing early on in the show. What would your strategy to be to survive 21 to 24 hours of something like this?
But that's easy. I just don't tag in.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll stand on the apron. That's cool. You know.
Okay. Come in for the finish, right?
Yeah, I'll come in for the finish.
There you
Yeah,
go.
you need a hot tag. I'll come in. I'll do a double down. That's all right.
What is the like? I don't know if they were joking this on the feed or some other conversation I heard. It was just like, how do you discuss who goes over on this? Like, I remember, it's been years.
Whoever's standing.
Yeah, whoever's standing at that
Yes.
point, right? I remember when we did the Guinness attempt for the world's largest battle royal. I don't think you were around for that one. That
No,
was
sir.
a few years ago, down in West Virginia. They drew a name out of the hat
For who was going to win.
for who was going to win out of the 109 people that were involved in that, I think. So, and I think it ended up being Brohemoth. So,
Yeah.
it was almost, actually, I think they may have initially pulled Ronnie Starks. There was something where it was very, very close. And they were like,
Oh, it
no.
should have been Ronnie.
You have to, yeah.
See, for Rumbles and Battle Royal, though, the strategy for, multi-man, 50-man, 100-man, whatever it is, that's easy. You just go the Big E mentality.
yeah.
Big E said, when he was at a point in his career where he was going to be done, he was going to bulk to Rumble. Everybody cuts for Mania, wants to look lean, look real good. He was going to bulk to Rumble. Then he was going to lather himself with baby oil and Crisco and Vaseline, slide into the ring and starfish and just
Yes.
dare everybody. Dare everybody to
just
come
like-
pick him up.
He's the
Like,
muddy
yeah.
pig.
Yeah.
He's the muddy pig.
Like
There
at
you
that
go.
point, everyone else will go out. You're just laying there. No one can grab you. And then it's
Yeah.
just you and one final person. It's like, you're still not going to grab me
You're
to get me over the
ungrabbable.
rope. Yeah. You
Ungrabbable.
might as well go over because then at least only one of us got all this crap on us.
T-Pop's in the chat saying at one point Nacho Libre ripoff character named Not Joe
Not
Libre
Joe. Yeah.
stole the hot dog and held it hostage until they reached a certain donation goal.
Did they bring him back out? Because they've reached that goal like an hour later.
I don't know. I don't know.
Like there was that.
Somebody
that
needs to
Nacho-
break down the highlights of this thing
So
because
there was Nacho Libre, which
Mhm.
again is crazy that they
Mhm.
got away with that. Maybe that's why it's not on YouTube anymore.
Mhm.
There was
It was up
there's
there
a
like 2
guy-
hours ago. Like I put it in the
Yeah.
rundown and it's gone now.
there's a guy that wrestled named, and correct me if I'm wrong, T-Pop. His name is Justin Exile. He's
Oh
he
no,
is-
no, it's definitely alive. Jason Exile
Definitely
during the stream
alive.
was his favorite part.
Yes, yeah. He is definitely alive.
Mm-hmm.
He just takes a little nap every now and again
Mm-hmm.
in the ring
Mm-hmm.
during a match, and I think he was in that Devil's Kiss build up too.
Mm.
Like the he did attempt a Devil's Kiss.
There's a part here.
Which-
And by the way, Mad Mike is here with us watching this.
Hi.
There's a card game at some point.
Oh, there he is. Yeah, the guy in the yellow hat.
What is
That's not
this?
a lot-
I
that's
just
definitely
flipping
not a-
through this. This is at about 22, 23 hours. Okay. Oh, there's definitely alive. Okay, there he goes. He's
Yep, there's
getting.
definitely alive.
He's very Weekend at Bernie's, and they go. What
What
was
are
the
you talking
official
about, Sorg?
time on this? They went
What are you talking about, Sorg?
what? They'll be
He's
go
not
here.
Weekend at Bernie's.
Uh,
That's not.
Mad Mike,
He's
you've been
alive.
checking this out. I presume you didn't see any of this in person.
No, I have
uh,
a child.
Yeah, although it would have been really
no,
soothing to watch.
As much as I would love to watch a 24-hour wrestling match,
You do
and
not
believe
have to
me,
watch
I
the
would-
entire 24 hours, but it's
I-
fun to
I
drop
would-
in.
No, Sorg. If I was going to, I'd watch the whole thing
Mm.
because I'm a completionist.
Okay, but I better have a spreadsheet of the high
I would have
spots.
some ideas for spots.
Okay.
I would want there to be a boogeyman spot every 66 minutes
Mm.
Hmm.
and 6
I
seconds.
don't think.
You mean
I don't
with the
think mystery
worms?
Wrestling.
Just
Oh,
someone,
just the worms.
someone
Okay.
creepy coming out from under the ring.
Okay. Okay.
Like it's like every hour on the hour.
The ring
Someone-
wasn't. It's kind of a mid ring. I don't know how much we could stuck somebody under there for this one. So
Sorry, you figure it out.
I figured out. Okay.
You figure it out. It's wrestling. You work with it.
That's right. That's right.
By
So-
the way, I apologize for my tank top. It is very
That's fine. That's
Yeah,
fine.
that's fine.
That's
it,
fine.
It, it,
Thumbs
hit,
out.
it hit 105.
No. Ew.
Mm.
So but yeah, I would have so many ideas for spots. Like I would say at like hour 16, you just do 2 minutes from Savage Steamboat.
Okay.
Like, for no reason.
Mhm.
For no reason at all. Just like
I
like-
don't know if they would have had the energy for that.
No.
I'm
the-
not saying big spots. I'm just saying like I don't know, like
Couple
like,
sequences.
I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think the wrestlers at hour number 1 during that show had like any ability to do Savage
No.
Steamboat.
No. Well, either way, we're going to get into some more stuff that's a little shorter for this. Like Prospect Pro Wrestling this weekend will be not 24 hours, nor feel like 24 hours. Because I've been to those shows that are not 24 hours.
I
feel like
promise
you've
it
been
won't
there
be
all day.
24
It
hours.
will not be 24 hours. You're
Yeah.
going to make sure that at the main event, right? But you can check out all that indiewrestling.us. This is the wrong title. Oh, where's my fancy
that's-
one?
Wait,
This is the old
that's-
one.
Yeah, that's the old one. Sorry.
That's the old one. Well, you know what? I
It's
was
classic.
we're going classic today. Listen, I had to rebuild the entire thing. There's a brand new computer. I didn't bring over the right assets apparently. I'll go find them for next week. Anyways, indiewrestling.us, a lot of stuff going on there. The history, we got a couple marathons up of the early years of Prospect Pro Wrestling on YouTube. This show will 2PW's Resuscitated is going to be on indiewrestling.us this Friday night. So clear your Friday, sit down with us, and we're going to talk about this here in a moment with the top Prospect Champion Preston Everest. There it is. 2 belts, Preston. Also the pit fight. Is it the Wildcat belt? Is that what they call it up there?
Bobcat.
Bobcat belt. Yeah, God, I forgot it. I mixed my my mascots up there, but either way. So Preston, how have you been doing? I haven't seen you since 2PW last year.
I've been good, bud. I've been a real good bud. Just focusing on training, focusing on staying as in-ring ready and in-ring shape as I can. Just waiting for 2PW to come back so I can defend this title. Currently the longest reigning 2PW champion in one reign. One reign. So this one is going to be never ending.
There you go.
And I'm going to guarantee that on Friday.
There you go. And that's even judging for like we had a COVID champion, right?
That's right.
So and you're still being you're beating COVID time at this
right.
point. So like that's tremendous. Actually, I think there was a title changed over COVID, wasn't there?
There was John Roden lost to Elijah Dean.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
In
It was their Halloween Havoc kind of show that was in the
Halloween
middle of the cow
hardcore.
field. I was the only trainee that showed up for it, and I shoveled cow shit to completely clear out the area so that I and Emily Doyle could set up the 16 by 16 ring
Mm-hmm.
so that everybody could wrestle that night in the cow field. And then some of the farmer neighbors showed up for it. There was a casket match.
Mm-hmm.
Jace Carr flipped off of was it an excavator?
Front loader.
Yeah,
I think.
front loader. Yeah. It was insane. And then John Roden lost to Elijah Dean.
And there was a car accident. There was an attempt.
There was a car accident. Stevie LaBelle tried to kill David Lawless, I believe.
Yes.
That was the Hossman. I don't remember the other members of the other team, but I know it was the Hossman against. It might have just been the Hossman versus the Gavel David Lawless because he's just that damn good. But I don't know. But.
It was a wild show. It's one of my favorite things. I'm sad I wasn't even there to film it because some work came up somewhere along the lines I had to go do. But man, some of my favorite shots, favorite thing to edit was that show there. So you really paid your dues at, coming out of that.
Yes, sir.
So and here you are now, of course, the top prospect champion. I mean, one of the most. And I've been going through a lot of footage with 2PW. Revisiting the old baguette on a pole match that I think we were talked about when we saw the French people at Teco their Riz a month ago, because everybody's walking around with baguettes and it just brought me back.
Was that Mambo and Chest or was that
Mambo
spaghetti?
and Chest? It was part of the Pest of Death match series, you know. But we had a baguette month with the pole in the baguette situation. So it's been fun to revisit that as 2PW is coming back out of hiatus here. You know, not counting Pit Fight, of course, that 2PW is involved with, which obviously you had some good luck there as well.
Yes, sir.
So talk about that for a moment, because I know that's always, you know, we have those guys in here every year to talk about that going into the show. It's a school run show.
It's also for charity, bud.
And also for charity. I think it was Habitat for Humanity.
Yes, sir.
If I'm not mistaken. So like, you know, tell me a little bit about like working that show, you know, where your booker is a student club.
Yeah.
Yeah. A little different.
It was originally just the one kid.
Yeah.
Right. And then it became like this wrestling club that they, you know, help, you know, make the show happen. They help run the show. The brothers, those guys set up the ring. They take care of you. They get you everything you need. They take the photos, they manage the locker room and stuff for you. It's a nice setup there. They're really good kids. That show did kind of piss me off a little bit. With Pit Fight, they run, you know, once every year.
Yeah.
So the year previous, I had won the 30-man battle royal for a one-on-one shot at Revron Hunt, who was the champion at the time. And then we fast forward a year later, and it was like, oh yeah, it's actually going to be a 5-man match, and then the winner of the battle royal is also going to be inserted into the match. So that number one contender spot you just earned, you now got to face 5 other guys, and among those guys, I mean, you got Johnny Mahalo.
Yeah,
he won. You got A1 Anthony Young, who's an incredible athlete. You had David Lawless, who I've already previously talked about. You have the Rev, obviously, he was the champion. And then you have fabulous big league John McChesney, who is a complete legend. And, you know, in those types of, it really doesn't matter what kind of match he's in. John McChesney's going to find a way to win. So the plan in that was to just completely isolate me and John. Like from the moment the bell rang, I went right at John. And I stayed on him. I waited until John McChesney was absolutely going to win the match when he hit his super kick on David Lawless. And that's when I seized the ultimate opportunity of dropping the elbow on him mid-cover so that I could cover David Lawless. So it was well thought out. But yeah, I would have much preferred if it was a one-on-one match, brother. I will tell you that.
So... Of course, you know, talking about Resuscitated this week, you know, you got a big challenge there. You do have Andrew Pallas. I just saw him take on Chris LaRusso the other night at another show, and I feel like Pallas has been on a tear, kind of going all over the area at different promotions here and have some really baller matches. So he's on a little bit of a momentum going into this, and to my knowledge, I don't think has been at 2PW very much. It's maybe a debut, even if I'm not mistaken.
Debut.
Okay.
Yeah. You see, the thing about Pallas is that everywhere he goes, he has the potential to be a champion.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No matter what promotion he's in, no matter what opportunities he's given, he absolutely has all of the tools
Mm-hmm.
to be a champion. Now, all of those tools have been on full display for the last 10 years, and you mentioned his match recently with Chris LaRusso. Well, Chris LaRusso just so happens to be the man that trained me.
Mm-hmm.
So not only did I have Andrew Pallas's greatest opponent as my trainer, I then get those 10 years of insight that Chris LaRusso has wrestling Andrew Pallas to know exactly what his weak points are. You see Andrew, he comes out, he runs around the ring. He's full of energy. I'm not stupid, bud. I know the longer this match goes, the more in favor Andrew has of winning this match.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'm going to try to keep it as quick as I can.
Absolutely. This is going to be, it is a new location for this. They're down in Worthington, not Worthington. There used to be in Worthington, in Irwin. I'm sorry
Irwin.
now. And it's going to be a new vibe for this kind of situation. You got, looking at kind of the landscape here for this show. These are guys going to be kind of, gunning for your title here after this match. Obviously, if you get past Andrew, which, you got good, you got a game plan for that. What are you looking at on this that really sticks out to you as far as the undercard here?
Well, you got that fatal four-way right there, bud. Again, David Lawless, you got Gianni, you got Anthony Young,
Mm-hmm.
Deputy Don Murphy.
Gianni also making a debut with 2PW. He's been tearing it up, getting belts all over the area too.
Yes, sir. And then the other match that you want to look out for is going to be obviously John McChesney that I've already talked about, and then Zach Nystrom. I think I put on social media. It almost feels like 2PW is guaranteeing that's a number one contender spot
Mm-hmm.
for the 2PW Top Prospect Championship. So not only am I going to be, thinking about game planning my match and what I need to do to beat Andrew Pallas, in the back of my mind,
Mm-hmm.
after Andrew Pallas, I'm constantly going to have to start looking ahead with when you got guys like John McChesney, Zach Nystrom in the locker room, hell, even Jamie Jamison, who's going to be wrestling Marshall Gambino and Paul. It's daunting. It's a very stacked locker room
Mm-hmm.
with all guys that can be top guy. But unfortunately, only one guy can be top guy, bud, and that's the current 2PW Top Prospect Champion.
Mentioning Marshall and Paul and Jamie and Jason, of course, they were part of, I think it was a 6-man tornado tag at Pit Fight.
Yeah.
That needed a lot of cleanup. Let's just say that. Are expecting anything on. I mean, God, we're talking Jamie Jamison's a part of this. I mean, it's going to be a wreck out there, right?
Jamie bled on that Pit Fight belt before I even touched it, but that was a brand new belt. He had come back to the locker room and he got his blood all over it before anybody had touched the belt. Before anybody had that championship.
Is that like making a claim to it? It's like licking it, but that's in his way.
Nah.
No.
There's a way to make a claim for the belt, and Shawn
Yeah.
Michaels did that in the 90s, and it just became a fad.
Mm.
But that's how you claim a belt, bud.
Mhm.
Anybody can bleed on a belt. Like, you don't even have to have the belt, and you can bleed on the belt, clearly. But
I'm aware. I've been backstage at an XPW show. Danny Moe's going to be part of that. Also debuting with 2PW. That's kind of a surprise, honestly, for me.
that's a huge surprise. There were a few women that have come through in the 2PW locker room. It'd be really cool to be able to watch Danny wrestle. I hope that she does have a match. I haven't heard anything otherwise. But Danny's also been known to wrestle the men on the roster
Mm-hmm.
and kick the shit out of the men on the roster.
Yes.
So I would be very remiss if I was overlooking Danny Moe as a potential challenger.
Yeah, I'd be looking forward to a Danny Moe match. I mean, it's somebody that's been. I think I saw she was doing. She was doing cage fighting or something in England with Ray Lynn
With
last
Ray
I
Lynn.
saw. Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty formidable there.
Yeah, just absolutely two badass women, dude.
Mm-hmm.
That's
So either way, Gory's going to be part of this as well. Another guy that's been up and down with the 2PW stuff. Wasn't he champion for a little bit, if I'm not mistaken?
He was
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah.
He had lost it to Jamie Jamison.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, it doesn't look like Gory's going to have a match. He was supposed to wrestle Cristiano Argento,
Yeah.
which would have been a hell of a match. That's another former champion, another person that he lost his opportunity for this show to be able to showcase himself again as, putting himself right back in the 2PW top prospect championship contention.
Mhm.
So, like I said, that whole locker room is full of guys that could hold the title. But as I've said, this is a never-ending reign. I'm not losing.
So part of your reign, there's always interesting twists and turns, especially like 2PW seems to be, put on some of the most interesting matches in the Western PA area. We mentioned positive death matches back at Sun and Pole. There's been last man standings, whatever that was in Calfield at Hardcore Halloween. If you were finding yourself, let's say you're deep into a feud with somebody, and you had to pick a stipulation given that history with 2PW, what very like Preston Everest stipulation would you potentially throw out there?
But I'm the peak performer.
Mm-hmm.
How do you get to the peak? You climb. 2PW has never had a ladder match.
Really?
And to elevate myself higher than
Mhm.
anybody else has elevated themselves in 2PW, I, not just metaphorically, but realistically, I want to climb to the top of a ladder, hold this title, and prove I'm the best. There's a reason I have this. There's a reason I'm not losing it.
Excellent. Preston Everest, 2PW coming up here. You say you're getting around and stuff. We talked a little bit. We can do a brief. Can we talk a little bit about what we did a little bit before the show? You had a
Absolutely.
pretty interesting story there. Maybe we'll do the truncated version here. We got a few minutes. You had, I think it's very interesting. People take a lot of interesting opportunities, trying to find the next step and everything. You had an interesting opportunity in Cleveland that you were working on there. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so an opportunity had come up. Hendricks, Jason
Mhm.
Hendricks, was going to be utilized on NWA Exodus before he was unfortunately injured. And the thought process that the booking team had was they were going to give him a stable.
Mm.
They had a guy lined up in mind. Hendricks had pitched my name out there.
Mhm.
And the one thing that was going to be unique about this was that Preston Everest was not going to be Preston Everest. A lot of times guys go to the Fed, guys go to AEW, they have a gimmick change. You know what I mean? This was going to be the exact same thing with
Mhm.
NWA, but we didn't really know, between Hendricks and I, we really didn't know what I was going to do.
And this has happened, like, obviously Mambo Italiano has developed into
Cristiano
Argento, which
Yeah.
has been an incredible transition up there. It's a lot of fun working with him on that. Other guys have been like kind of molded. It's almost like it's kind of a finishing school when people go up there.
Yeah.
And I mean, God, I was just catching up to NWA Powers and seeing PB Smooth and Pasha CeeLo, just doing incredible stuff on there, and seeing that develop out there. So it's a really good opportunity if you're able to do that, and find a place, And I know Jason was Hendricks was sitting on the stage a lot. I noticed during the shows when we were going up there to do them. So he was very namaste, if you will. Like,
He had
right.
He had a strong presence.
Yes.
He had a really, really good aura that, Hendricks didn't have to go into the ring and touch anybody.
Yes.
Just the crowd reacted to just him being there. And that was perfect. They wanted these like kooky sort of old school WWF kind of characters and everything like that. And I was going to be this crazed farmer. And it was like, okay, well, there really is no background for the crazed farmer. Like, what makes me a crazed farmer? So I had tie-dyed some overalls, grabbed a pack of white T-shirts, and I was going up there. And on the way up there, I had stopped at a Dollar General, walked around for a little bit, just trying to find something to add to it because it just felt very generic. And I grabbed a dog leash. And I had this invisible, made-up dog that only the crazed farmer could see. And doing the promos that they would have you do, they'd have you test promos. Damien Sandow, I had done the promo in front of him, and he was just like, okay, where's your character from? What's your character's name? What's this? And I went, I have no idea. And a group of people that were there were like, this is his first day doing that character. Should I have put more thought process into it? Absolutely. But it felt way more organic to just go out there and do something completely off the wall. I had walked the invisible dog around me during the promo. I had it bark. I had it sit. And then with Damien Sandow's help and his excellent coaching, we had developed this backstory into, you know, who this character was, what happened to this character that made him crazy, why this character is now a professional wrestler instead of a farmer. Just all these things that, like, you, when you're young and you're developing a character for wrestling, that they say it should be 10 times like you. You know what I mean? That's the most organic. It was crazy what he did for me in like 4 to 5 minutes to help further my career, to just be like, oh, like I hadn't even thought about these little nuances for character work that, you know, I should have for this character, but it helped me use it for my normal matches. Like when I'm Preston Everest, where I wasn't going to do this thing for NWA for Hendrix because they weren't interested in the stoner. You know what I mean? So it was like, okay, well, I still want my foot in the door. And doing like the little drills and everything with EC3 watching you, there was this very like, okay, he's fine. What do we do with his character now? You know? So that was really cool. And even in the practice match, I used the fake dog and had Hendrix there at ringside with me. And he walked this invisible dog around that he couldn't see, but I could see.
Yeah. Like
a whole mid match, I was checking on the dog, and like, I don't want to toot my own horn, but the feedback that I got was very, very positive. And Sandow said, you know, this is everything I love about wrestling, how absolutely fucking stupid wrestling can be. So it was really, really nice to hear that. And then, you know, Hendrix got hurt. Cleveland is a little bit of a drive for me to, you know, not do anything. So it was hard to kind of get out there with, like, you have this like team that's like, hey, this guy, and then when that team goes away and you're just that guy up there by yourself, it becomes very a lot of pressure. You kind of feel a little bit out of place. Plus NWA, you know, they did not need me. They have plenty of guys out there that are kick ass right now. They got a really, really strong tag division as well.
Yes.
They got really, really strong solo guys. I mean, they had Richard Holiday. They got Sam Beal, you know, Man Bun Jesus, all these guys that contribute to the show. And the fact that it was like, okay, when they shelved Hendrix, you know, maybe there's that, but I wasn't banking on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I still had to be Preston Everest, and I'd love to get back out there and be able to, you know, interact with those guys again and maybe get another opportunity. But it felt like the opportunity was taken away from me, and it had nothing to do with me. So it's kind of a, you know, a kick in the nards, but it's all good.
But so you got something out of it, and I think that's
absolutely.
the thing too. Like I've seen them pick up guys that have been around the business forever and do something with them. You know, that's surprised me. Like it's just. You know, that I've said multiple times about how much I've learned about, you know, on the backstage organizing production side from that crew. You know, like I haven't seen somebody that runs TV like that. Like, and I think you've been there for a show and see how that runs down there.
A couple
right?
shows.
And it's just gotten tighter as we've been doing it. So, and obviously we're bringing elements of that here too. You know, into the Pittsburgh shows. You know, and just I want everybody that comes from Pittsburgh to go up there and know how things run. You know what I mean? So like, and it seems to make sense. So.
Well, they're guys from TV. Like all the, you know, Pittsburgh shows, or like not even Pittsburgh, all these other independent shows, they really could benefit just going up and like just talking to the TV guys about here's what we do in TV as far as production. And like that would elevate everyone on the
And
indies.
I've worked with people running promotions that have done TV.
Yeah.
But I've never seen them ones that have brought so much of the TV with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to write a show the way I did. Like, maybe they, you know, didn't really mesh with the TV idea, just did what they were told or something, right?
Yeah.
Like, and then I'm also seeing, you know, people in meetings that are not part of production. Like, you always hear stories about like Triple H sat in on the production meeting so he could learn the process.
Yeah.
Right? I'm seeing definitely certain guys and girls in that meeting, you know, that we have, you know, that where there is the creative, there is the production, you know, element conversation, and the guys are just like, I just want to know how this process goes, you know, and just they're just mad geniuses of booking up there. I think a little bit, you know, stuff where I look at paper is like, this isn't going to fucking work. And then it's like everything clicks, you know, and that's there's the stupid shit of wrestling, but also like when that like something like works in front of an audience that you don't think is going to work on paper when it's presented to you. Like that's another beautiful thing that I love seeing about it. Right.
Yeah. And Sandow's got like TV and movie credits.
Oh,
too.
absolutely.
Like, brother's been around the way. Like he's crazy intelligent.
Yeah.
And then obviously EC3 is as well, especially from a performer aspect, like gets it. Like it's, they're doing something right.
Absolutely. Well, go check that out. And again, if you want to check out NWA Exodus's last show is on NWA's YouTube right now. It is a really good, fun show. Go check that out. And of course, we're going to have Prospect Pro Wrestling's Resuscitated on indiewrestling.us. Preston Everest, you are all over social media, so you can find out what's going on into that show and all the vibes from you as well, right?
That's right. That is Facebook, Preston Everest. Instagram is Preston Everest, capital P, capital E. Twitter, Preston Everest, capital P, capital E, no spaces.
There you go. We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we're going to talk about Karrion Kross and what's been going on with him in this contract status.
Is he Killer Kross now again?
He is apparently Killer Kross, so
Good.
we'll talk about that
Good.
a little bit after this.
For mercy, you're all alone, unable to handle the pressure of forced mortification. Now let the torture begin.
I'm Eamon,
I'm Merlin,
and we're a gay.
and his NB.
Are you a reality television connoisseur?
Do you like it discussed from an LGBTQ lens?
If so, A Gay and His NB is the podcast for you.
Hear us break down all your favorite guilty pleasure reality shows from Bravo, Drag Race, and just about everything in between.
Listen to A Gay and His NB on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Wrestling Mayhem Show. We are still here with Preston Everest, hanging out with all the gold. I love when people bring gold and lay it out on the couch like that. That's
all,
wonderful.
brother.
Love it. Love it. Looks great in these lights. It's so good. So good. And we're up to the higher end cameras too, just for you this week.
That's perfect.
There you go. It's all upgraded just for Preston Everest to come in here. That was the deadline to get all this done, was when Preston came in. But anyways, of course, Mad Mike and Riz are here hanging out as well. Hey guys, see, there you go. Now we got our Hollywood Squares thing like we used to do. Remember when I did this like a decade ago with CRT monitors back in the basement?
No, it looks like
No, wait, go back up here. Go back to it.
Oh, it looks like Riz. It looks like Riz is your Krang.
Hold on.
What are you doing? Are you touching fingers? Are you
trying to touch tips? Sorg.
Oh, I forgot to do. I wanted to do this. This is a. You got. Are you good with that? Oh, I forgot that I was going to do this on the intro, but I wanted to show Preston this something I got today. Have you seen these yet?
No.
These.
They dropped.
Oh, they started today, and Chachi, Katie, and I all got these. This has nothing to do with wrestling, guys.
Is that a Happy
Meal
toy?
This is a Happy Meal toy, and it's the Ninja Turtles Hello Kitty friends. Chachi has 3 Leonardo Hello Kitties. So I have the which one is this? Hold on, I don't remember. My Melody Leonardo crossover, and then they have like the green versions too. So
I just sent a picture of it to my wife, so I know what we're getting for lunch.
And there's a mobile game QR code in here that plays in browser. That's definitely worthwhile. So just saying, I was just as a Ninja Turtles fan, I thought you'd be interested in these.
Google Charmy and Ninja Turtles?
I don't know if there's a Charmy. I don't know if there's a Charmy. Go check out the piece on. We'll have the clips this week, of course. From Awesome Cast, where we talked about it more at length. I'm jealous because Katie got the green Michelangelo crossover. So, and that's my guy.
It's the name of my turtle, bud.
That's right. That's right. Anyways, Karrion Kross. I watched the documentary today. The new one. I didn't watch the first part that came out several months ago. So Karrion Kross officially, his contract was up last week, I think it was late last week, which is wild considering he was on SummerSlam and getting the reaction he was. And, you watch this thing and he's kind of documenting it. He's doing all the fan greetings and everything and talking about how it's kind of killing him because, the fans don't know he's not going to be around in a week, right? That there's basically been a conversation and they weren't renewing it, but they gave him a match at SummerSlam, which was his first singles match at a big show like that, right? For as long as he's been there. And he talked about his frustrations and everything that goes along with it. So it was really fascinating to look at that. He's on Pro Wrestling Tees. He is Killer Kross again. His book just came out. I just picked it up it just dropped on Audible this week as well. So if you do the Audible thing, I think it's exclusively.
Oh, it's on Audible?
Yeah, it's exclusively on Audible for the audiobook. So if you got the credits or whatever, it's like, $10, $15, something like that too.
Is he reading it?
You're ordering it right now.
I was going to say Mike's ordering it right
Mike
now.
Mike is literally ordering it right now.
I'm looking at it. All right.
He's either ordering it or
phone is
trying to
listening.
prove you wrong.
Literally the first thing that came up when I opened my Audible.
Oh yeah, the same ones were me.
Yeah.
I actually I'm halfway through, I think, the Page book, the Soraya book. So as soon as I'm finished with that, I'm going to hop into the Cross book. So I grabbed like every wrestling book on here recently. It is it's got his real name. Is it read by the author?
It's $21 if you're not signed up for Audible.
Oh, okay. Oh no, I actually.
That's not bad. If you don't want a monthly subscription,
the book's going to be like $20 too. So
yeah, but with the monthly subscription, though, you get the free token.
You get that free token, and you get a bunch of other stuff. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't always work out like in your favor though. So read by, and he does narrate it. So and it's under his real name, Kevin Robert Kesser. So
don't tell me his real name, bud.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Why'd you say that?
It's Killer Kross.
Leave it out.
Killer Kross.
I mean,
okay, we'll
edit that out. Yeah.
I hate seeing real names too. So no government names, as we say. So. But anyways, yeah. So so he's doing the book signing and meeting with the fans and doing the the thing at the you probably walk by the ice rink where they're doing all the photos and everything, right? So like it was really good, and he's really, I don't want to say well spoken is the word, but like it is, dude. Every time he does an interview, I gotta listen. You know what I mean? Like he's got that kind of vibe to him, just as a person, it seems. In presentation,
captivating.
He is
Yeah.
absolutely. You're just like, tell me more about what you.
I mean,
think
there was
you
a
do.
reason he was a cult leader in Lucha Underground.
There's that
Mhm.
too. There's that too. He talks about. I don't want to. I don't know. I guess I can say. I don't want. I was like, I don't want to spoil this in case you want to watch his documentary. But a lot of people aren't going to be listening to this podcast and listen to that because of timeliness. So, like, there's a part where he talks about like he had found out through the grapevine that Bray wanted him to do a spin-off of the Wyatt Six. Right? Like go on the other show and kind of be another version of that's linked or something like that. And he had like a whole process, he talked about like a concept that was like kind of a precursor to the Judgment Day. That was his idea before Judgment Day became a thing. Like he's, little tidbits like that, So he talked about, remember the Sam Roberts podcast where he like just said, hey, guy in the truck, fuck you, and all that kind of stuff. Like it was, I think shortly after WrestleMania. Right. And he was, and it was funny because like, he's like, hey, make sure to tell everybody this is a work. So nobody in the office is pissed. Right. But it was, it talked about all that and kind of the vibes that he had and everything like that too. So, and obviously there's like the moment that I saw go around the clip of Triple H with the crowd behind him chanting "We want Cross" is like, well, you got Brock, kind of thing. Like I can understand him potentially actually mishearing that, being
No, I can't.
No,
There
you
is
can't. You
nothing a
can't
"We
accept
want-"
that.
No, because there's never been a "We want Brock" chant.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Even Brock Lesnar in his heyday, the chant for Brock is Lesnar. It's never "We want Brock."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
There's never been a "We want Brock" chant, spontaneous or incited.
You don't think the man that just produced 2 days of giant arena WWE isn't a little tired at that point and maybe misheard them? You're not going to give
He's
him
done it
any
multiple
grace
times
in that
now,
moment?
No, I'm not giving credit at all. Because guess what? Netflix has subtitles.
Okay. Like we know they
The
were saying
subtitles-
cross.
If the
We
subtitles
know,
can pick up what the crowd is chanting,
right?
you can hear it.
Okay, but when you have an IBF in your ear, and is that the right thing? Yeah, when you got the thing in your ear, and hearing all that stuff, and you're in the crowd and everything, so like I can see
You're also
a
asking
translation issue.
You're also asking me to buy that every single person around him
Mhm.
and also backstage heard the same thing.
Who wants to correct the boss?
A lot of people do.
Mm.
I'm not saying. A lot
I
of
know it's
people
not
do
the
it, but a
environment
lot
it
of
used
people-
to be.
A lot of people
but
want to.
There's that too. Either way, so I mean, what are your vibes from this in general? I think.
Also, the thought that it could be a work like the art.
Yeah.
Oh
like,
yeah, there's
there
that
are
too.
things
There's also
that-
that out there, like maybe they're doing this to Goose's book sales,
Mm-hmm.
and then he
The-
gets brought back.
Well, it's
and he
the
turns
it's the
Sami
our
Zayn
truth
heel,
gimmick.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
Say that
like,
again.
I said it's the our truth gimmick. Like
Mhm.
truth got released.
Yeah.
And they brought him back, but like what you were talking about with
Oh no, Truth got released.
yeah, and it
Truth-
was
Truth
like
got released.
yeah.
Like,
But what I'm saying is, like, the truth thing was organic. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Like, there was such this like massive online presence of, oh no, we want our truth,
Mhm.
that I'm wondering if, like, hey, we're gonna let your contract go, so that social media and everything thinks, hey, he's gone.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, this is 100%. You have Karrion Kross do the book. You have Karrion Kross do this backstage gimmick that's like a full, was it hour and a half long, where it's like, oh man, like this sucks so bad, like blah, blah, blah. Can't believe this kind of deal. What am I going to do next? To where you have the online community and everything. Because it's hard to hide surprises now.
Mhm.
To where if WWE lets like the audience buy into it and lets like, it's not Twitter anymore. What is it? X. Or Instagram or whatever
Fuck them,
social
it's
media
Twitter.
platform, buy into it of like, oh man,
Mhm.
Cross is gone, blah, and there's like but we really wanted to see Cross. Cross could have been a guy. We want Cross, and then boom, Triple H snaps you right back in and
Mhm.
re-signs Cross, or has like some sort of he jumps somebody at a big name at a show.
Maybe he
then
weirdly shows
boom,
up
yeah.
in AAA or NXT or something
I'm just
on a revenge
just
tour.
saying,
Yeah.
it seems a little weird
Mhm.
that Cross has been trying to turn people heel,
Mm-hmm.
essentially, for the
Yeah.
for the past couple of months. He's been trying to get people to recognize their insecurities and try to get people to go on the darker side. And on Monday, we have a promo from Bailey that makes it look like she's going through a mental breakdown. I'm just saying there's connective tissue there, potentially.
I consider that kind of
TikTok ain't that
coincidental.
far away from Ding Dong.
Yeah.
She was referencing the role model. I thought I heard a rumor about her going back to the role model gimmick of some sort. Maybe that could be part of the mental break.
I hope she has a psychotic break and goes back to the hugger.
Mm.
But but they're like weird Bailey buddies. She has like a front ponytail or whatnot or something. Just like you can tell she has lost her grip on reality and is just trying desperately something to work. But it's the hugger gimmick as a heel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I think there's a way to do it. I think.
Do you think that they're going to try
if you get like Paramore to do like a really bitchin' version of her hugger theme, but it's like darker and like rougher.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole world of possibility.
Preston, you're saying?
Well, first of all, if you have Haley Williams cover anything, it's going to be better than what the original was. She's fantastic.
Yes.
But no, I was just going to say with what they're doing with Alexa and Charlotte now, like clearly Alexa was probably going to be lined up as like the last member of the Wyatt Six or whatever when they had that going.
And they could still do that.
Yeah, they could. They
like
absolutely could. But is Charlotte going to let it? Like if this is what's like, not that Charlotte has all this pull or that Charlotte is this big,
but they're
ego
definitely in
person,
something that.
But it's
works.
working. Yeah, and like WWE's probably going to run with what's working.
The rumor is supposed to be that it was supposed to be Alexa versus Charlotte.
And it still could. Like maybe they're holding on to this a little longer since it's so over, getting such a reaction. But that's just going to make that turn so much better down the line, right?
Yeah.
So the more that you love what's going on there.
I was just thinking with the fuzzy scratch out that they were having Bailey do and her like grabbing her head, like did they just say like, oh hey shit, we really don't have anything for Bailey? You know what I mean? They brought Becky back. They have Lyra. Not that they couldn't use Bailey for literally anything because she's incredible, but like to have her like, hey. Like, would you like to evolve your character into this? Is this something that, you know, you would want to try? Or, you know, what they're doing with Cross, or not what they were doing with Cross, but if they bring him back as the sixth member of the Wyatt Six or whatever, you know, just to like capitalize and elevate that group more.
Which would be so much more. I think, you know, I appreciate what they're doing with Uncle Howdy with Bo Dallas and everything, right? But I feel
Dexter
like
too.
You drop Cross in there and he's like this different vibe.
Yeah.
That like could even more.
He's your world title guy.
I do.
In that group, if they were gonna have like that group like overrun everything, you know what I mean? Like say like Nikki wins the women's, you know, they have the tag titles. You could put Rowan and Uncle Howdy in another tag title. Cross is this is our main event player. This is our world title player in the group.
Yeah.
I think that could work.
If you throw Cross in that group, he immediately overshadows everyone else in that group.
Yeah. That's true.
Which I mean, for a good reason. It would have been like what Bray would have done if he was actually leading the group.
Yeah.
Bray would have been the lead guy.
Yeah, and I think that's, you know, and I think about that with the you know, we're talking about the Wyatt Six side. You know, I'm seeing their promos now that they're tag champions and talk about taking over and I was like, does that play with are you like, what's your next step beyond the tag titles to be this you know, awakening thing? You know, who is your champion guy? You know, I can't think of anybody in that group that could do it. You know, everybody is, you know, respectfully, like in their current positioning is kind of B players, right? And just.
Oh, I mean, you say that, but look at the Judgment Day. You can do the same
that's
thing
true, and they build up through it. And so like, you know, can we build Dexter Lumis up to be that guy? I don't know. Maybe we can.
Also, even if you build it to mid card.
With
build it to mid card and then have the tag titles part of it.
That's true.
Too.
Hit the U.S., hit the Intercontinental, whatever the case may be, right?
Yeah.
So right.
I was just gonna say with like the spooky characters and everything, like Taker really never wanted the belt, and like it never, not that it didn't fit for his character other than Biker Taker, but like Undertaker really didn't need a belt to be like that guy. And like that group, did they need the tag titles? No, not really. They could have just kicked everybody's ass. The tag titles look great, and they're really, really good. So do you need a main event player instead of just like, this group is disrupting the tag division because they're a group? Yeah, you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
But like Mike was saying, there really isn't anybody that's a main event player in there that you could elevate it. Like I would love for Dexter Lumis to be the guy, because I thought Dexter Lumis was that guy in NXT. But yeah, it's one of those things that's like, is it needed for them to be like super successful or have this, presence? Like, it's not really. Yeah.
Right. No, absolutely. So we'll see how that kind of goes. But I obviously he's going to end up somewhere. I don't know if he just automatically ends up. Maybe he just ends up in TNA.
I just
which
want
is just a backdoor in the WWE anyways.
I want him to go to AEW for 3 months, and I
Yeah.
want them to bring Wardlow in so that we can have Killer Cross versus Wardlow. That would just be sick.
The thing is,
That's yeah.
Okay.
AEW is so crowded.
Yeah.
It is
100%.
I think if he went to AEW, he doesn't make a wave at all because it's so crowded in there, and they already have like he would essentially be doing the Moxley role.
Yeah, they would just have him face Hangman or something, and it would just be like, all right, like
It's like
I want him to
versus
face
Archer,
another killer.
even
like,
though that would have been an
yeah.
amazing match.
Tina in the chat is saying that maybe Cross could tap into the White Rabbit stuff that he's doing in Lucha Underground, and if they were going to have him come back with the Wyatts, maybe they do it a little bit closer to promote the Halloween Horror Night.
Yeah, and let's acknowledge this could all be a play.
Yeah,
this could all be.
Yeah, they could bring him back as the White Rabbit instead of Karrion Kross, Killer Cross, or whatever, and he just under the Rabbit gimmick for
He does a comeback, does the
Also,
MJF Devil kind of gimmick or something coming back. Gets a
There's
repackage.
a rabbit in the Wyatt 6.
There is a rabbit. Yes.
I mean, it's right there.
Yeah,
it's literally there for the take.
Listen,
they could do it very, very easily.
Karrion's Cross is one of the smartest guys in the room in this stuff, right? He's got ideas for days. It's just whether I think he runs into that problem Bray Wyatt had. I think Bray Wyatt had stuff that would have been amazing if let go, but was too high level to present to the bookers.
Well, also the booker at the time was also very old school too. So it was like you'd listen to it where it was like I don't remember what it was, the Hardy match, the Hardy compound match. Vince was like, "Oh, if this works, then I'm out of touch," because he didn't have any faith in that match. And then the Hardy compound match was huge. Yeah, like it was fantastic. Yeah, like
even though the announcers tried to shit on it.
Right? Yeah. But it's so funny,
which was Vince's voice, right? So
100% in the earpiece is like, you better fucking tear this match down. These fucking guys, this is like all of that was 100%.
Lake of Reincarnation.
Yeah. What the fuck are we doing in a lake? Like I don't know. But yeah, it could be that. And Triple H was obviously like Triple H was a big Bray Wyatt guy, so I'm sure that he would have listened, and if there's guys that have ideas very similar to what Bray was thinking, I'm sure he's fucking listening, or at least that team that they show on that, what is it called, Unreal, or that team is probably paying attention, looking at it, and bouncing it around.
I mean, it's definitely and you never know what happens. There's a lot of moving parts, as doing indie shows and stuff, and they're doing week to week. That's even harder, right? So there's a little bit of grace of that. Where it's like, hey, this is fucking hard. It's kind of hard to keep those threads all up in the air. You know what I mean? And I think you'll lose a thread like that, especially if it's not we got to make room for John Cena and The Rock's coming back, so we're cutting 3 segments.
You always got to make room for John Cena, brother.
Exactly.
That's
exactly right. Because I mean, they're and hey, Jelly Roll's coming in, so there goes in our segment for somebody else. Like shit happens, when it comes to that booking.
And yet you say that, and Cross still got on SummerSlam.
Absolutely, he did. Absolutely, it's a 2-night SummerSlam, so there's a little more room for it, which is good because you did get a lot of opportunities for stuff. Between that TLC match wouldn't have happened. You know what I mean? Like
I think it would have, because it was the anniversary of the
That's true. But or whether they left it off because of it was because they're really dedicated to these 6-7 match cards. So that doesn't we're not throwing everybody on the card like we used to. That's what SmackDown's for. Hey, you were here this weekend. So it's just Cross and Aleister Black could have been on SummerSlam, right? But they were just kind of pushing that forward. So what's good. They'll have a crazy show in Paris, crazy match in Paris, perhaps. So with yeah, I tell you how much the Picasso painting graphics are pissing off some of my friends.
It's not Picasso, sword.
What's that? Who is it?
Van Gogh.
Yes, Van Gogh. I should know. I went to the Van Gogh thing
Doctor
near
Who
Pittsburgh.
didn't save him or something.
I saw a tweet that said
Blah.
if the Doctor brought Vincent Van Gogh to 2025 to show him the shitty Starry Night graphics to promote a Logan Paul match, he would have cut off his other ear.
Yes, exactly. So I heard a version of that. Yes.
That was the main tweet I saw going around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's clever, but he'd still be able to see the graphics. So I don't know if
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, let's give a shout out again back to the old graphics. New York City style yins are made. I'll get the fancy ones next week. The podcast doesn't even know. Slice on Broadway, helping feeding us and our guests here. Sorry, I brought you pizza on show week, Preston.
Yeah, but that's a Saturday after the show meal.
Okay.
That's
you can take some with you to warm up.
no,
it's good.
man. We're going.
it's good on a reheat.
It's a good reheat.
Yeah.
I have taken it to upstate New York for Mike and reheated it so he can have some. So
we get it. They sell it as like a no bake and everything, and you can just pop it in the oven in that, or is it
they
just
do that? I don't think they do.
So there's a pizza
They
joint
should.
down by my house.
That's an
We used to have
opportunity.
D&G down in Beaver Falls. That was the
Yeah.
best pizza I'd ever had. But there's Police Station Pizza in Ambridge. You can get it as a no bake. They put
Do
the
the
sauce
thing,
in the
do the
bag for
thing.
you,
Yeah,
cheese in
yeah.
the bag.
I was
toppings,
saying,
whatever you
Chicago
want.
does that with their
Yeah.
deep dishes, right?
It's my favorite. Yeah,
It's some
because
good
like
stuff.
you just take it in a box, you drive it home. I mean, you're eating a slice on the way home anyway, so you still get it when it's good.
Mhm.
But my favorite thing that they'll do too is like they'll make the pizza and that, and then they'll put cold cheese on top of it after it's baked, and all the cheese is
Cold
like
cheese
melted.
thing.
They just shove cold
you
cheese
lost
on
me
it.
at the cold cheese thing. Now,
No,
I
but
do
the
like,
cold cheese
I
is
do
a
like,
game changer.
I do like now.
Yeah.
Now,
Well, yeah,
we're going.
the cold
We're
cheese
going
is
on.
a
Wait,
game
you could
changer.
get. You
It
could
ends the game.
ends the
Yeah,
game.
it is the final boss. That's yeah.
Yeah, because it's
No, it is delicious. Don't do that,
Oh.
Mike.
no.
Well,
Sorry,
I have a love hate.
New Yorker, born and bred here.
Yeah,
It
that's
is
true. That's true.
terrible.
You are. But it
is
was. It
terrible.
was.
I've been introduced to this cold cheese pizza. It is goddamn.
Did you have? Not to throw shade on other pizza places. Did you have the one down the hill or the one the one that we like over on West Liberty? I can't
Yes.
remember.
I had both.
You
and
had
I
both
was
of
like,
them.
Why are you taking me to shitty pizza joint?
Oh, well, I will say the one is a shitty pizza joint. The other one is
Yeah.
tremendous. And I hope they have their roof back. That got blown off in recent months. So, anyway, Slice on
No,
Broadway is the
Slice-
actual sponsor
Slice
of
is-
this show.
Slice is the best pizza I've had in Pittsburgh.
There you go. There you go.
Hands down.
There you
Hands
go.
down. Bar none.
But either way, where are we? Oh, it is time to find out, what did you learn from wrestling this week? Who would like to go first? Chat, please hit us up on this. Anybody?
We-
Riz,
I can
what
just
did you learn from Canton, Ohio, or a 24-hour stream?
I learned that going into Canton, Ohio, with a Taco Mania shirt
Mm-hmm.
is a really big story to tell for people who have no idea what that is.
I got a shout out for my Taco Mania shirt at American Dream Mall.
Yep.
SummerSlam week 2. Like it didn't become a thing, but like they were really excited about it.
I came in, first thing one of the waitresses was talking about was, "Do you have a Taco Mania shirt on?" Like, yeah. What's that mean?
What, they think it was a euphemism?
Yeah. I think that might have been the issue. But I'm like, no, it's an actual wrestling event, and and I explained it to her, and she was like, "Oh, that's
Those don't know, it's a taco brewery fest that Enjoy Wrestling's a
with
part
food
of.
trucks,
So yeah,
yeah.
food trucks and everything. Oh, and we lost Riz on that one.
So yeah, my
There he is.
friend, and I think we talked ad nauseum.
Yes, you're back now.
I hate my computer.
That's okay. It's just something good. It could be in my new system here.
So, and also, along with that, going to watched that 24-hour stream.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, Evil Uno sounds like me 30 minutes into a show sometimes.
Why do you say that? Just
I'm
in
like,
reaction,
oh God, this
or
is taking forever.
oh, okay.
Please.
Oh, I've heard you.
Please
I've
let it
heard you
go.
backstage at those shows. Where like, when is this match
Also,
going
I
to end?
found it.
Oh, good. Okay, now we've done the full circle on this.
And I found Bradley.
There you go. There you go.
And also, of course, Buff
Buff
Eagle.
Eagle. There you go.
I thought you were going to a Starry Night graphic.
Also, that I see what you're saying now. That does look like an eye.
Yeah,
like right there.
That's what I thought it was.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Anyways,
Yes. All right. You had a very educational weekend. That's good to know. Mad Mike, what did you learn from wrestling this week?
Boy, what didn't I learn? I learned that even though I was unable to go, you can hold a wrestling event at an apple orchard.
At an apple orchard? Well, we were just talking about the one in the cow pasture for the Halloween
Yeah.
that Preston had to
yeah.
shovel shit for, and now he's a champion.
The new local promotion in my area. I have not been able to go to a show yet because their schedules and my schedules have not aligned yet. But I will get to one at some point.
Okay.
Probably not their next show because it's on my son's birthday. But I'm going to get to an ACW show at some point. And they had an event at the Apple Orchard, legitimately 10 minutes from my house.
nice.
And
What-
I saw the setup for it. The setup looked very cool because they have like a tiny little barn that it was just open air. To
Is it
Exactly.
really
Bargain.
awesome championship wrestling?
yes.
Tremendous. At Barton Orchard, it's at the Soundgarden Arena. Wait, the Soundgarden Arena?
No, it's not an arena. It's not an arena. It's a barn with one open door.
You got Enzo.
But it looked like a really cool setup. Like
Enzo's the champion.
he's the mid card champ.
Danny Doring is on this?
Yeah.
Yo.
Mhm.
Justin
Crowbar
Carino?
was there. I wanted to go to meet Danny Doring and Crowbar.
Danny Maff?
Yeah.
Holy crap. You got a pretty good lineup up here. Look at that.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I just didn't get a chance to go to it, but it
Mhm.
looked like a lot of fun. Yeah, and also the next day, Enzo was at a wrestling toy show here to promote a local. God, I can't think of the word, but a center for pets, dogs and cats and whatnot.
Oh, that's nice.
So I went there. I didn't take my son to meet Enzo because I thought that would be a
No.
terrible first experience for
Yes.
him to be his first wrestler.
Yes.
But my son saw him. And I said, "That's a wrestler," and he's like, "Huh."
Yeah.
Because Enzo did not look engaged.
Mm-hmm.
To put it that way. To put it mildly. But yeah, so that's why I learned that you can I know we've talked about weird places to hold a wrestling event. In Apple Orchard, that's my weirdest place I've seen one.
Okay. It's very upstate New York of you,
Yeah.
though, too. Like, that's very on brand, you know.
Not exactly in season. Like if
No,
they had it
no.
in October,
Yeah.
oh my god, if they had it in October, they'd draw their biggest crowd.
Well, we had a Baja event at a pumpkin patch in early May in Tucson, Arizona. So I'm used to the off seasonness. From the chat room, real quick, Tina in Seattle learned that mention a belt and she appears. It was cool to see Mercedes at MPX, who runs the world out in. MPX is who runs the World Show out in Dallas area, and Peter Rosenberg can have several seats.
Yeah, obviously he sucks. I don't even know what he said. I just
Okay, there you go. MPX Metroplex Wrestling, I think it is, right? I got to attend that one time, one of the first times I think I went down to Texas for work. T-Pop learned that Enjoy Wrestling that it's incredibly satisfying to chop some guy named John. Yeah, it was MV Young's birthday, so he chose a match with some guy named John who's been managing Gianni and Mambo Cristiano, right? And he took him around the world, and he got chopped by fans all around the ring. So it was a fun show. It was the Hilltop County Fair show. up in the Allentown neighborhood here in Pittsburgh. So it was a generally fun show. Also learned that you never know when Elvis is going to randomly walk into a wrestling show. And I think also got involved with one of those matches too. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. That Enjoy Wrestling show. Also, Beastman. It was in they always have the Human Demolition Derby scramble match, and this year it was a tag team scramble, tornado scramble with TME, Fourth Line, Nick Wilde and Tyler Vox, and then Beastman and Reese Hayes teamed up as Beast Friends, which of course is Beastman just throwing Reese at people, as you would expect. So that was a lot of fun up there this past weekend. So and nice to not work a show.
One other thing.
Yes, what?
Sorry. I learned that Shawn Michaels keeps Joe Hendry in a fridge.
Okay.
Because apparently Ren Sinclair, who is my hidden MVP of NXT,
Yes.
she's fantastic. She was trying to cheer up Charlie Dempsey,
Yes.
and she did the say his name and he appears, and Joe Hendry popped up from inside a fridge.
He did. It reminded me of, we were just talking about how Jimmy DeMarco came out of an ice machine in Cleveland the one time, and it reminded me of that. It was weird that we just talked about that. Preston, what have you learned recently in wrestling?
What have I learned recently in wrestling, bud? Well, I guess watching that WWE Unreal, whatever it is, I learned that the booking team is just as stupid as I am. Because I think we've all thought like, oh, what if, the number 28 and 29 person eliminate each other and then 30 comes out and wins the Rumble. And I always thought that would be hilarious. But then it was actually pitched and I was like, oh, I can't believe that they think exactly how I am. But then who they pitched for it, I went, I need to fucking see this. That's like if 28 and 29 eliminate each other and then fucking Chelsea Green comes out at number 30, does her little parade down to the thing and everything, and then just slides into the ring and the bell rings. There's nothing I want more out of the Women's Rumble. Like that's fantastic. That's so hilarious and so on par for Chelsea's character that I went, this better be next year or the year following. And it made me go, fuck, I wish they didn't release that footage that they had pitched that.
And just did it next
year.
Yeah.
Because now everyone, like, people are going to be like me.
Yeah.
They're like, fuck, I really
Is Chelsea being out? Is she 30?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
She better, I'll wait. And Chelsea hasn't come out in like the 20. I'm going to get on the edge of my seat and be like, oh, she better be 30. It's
like that time Santino almost won the Rumble.
Santino should have won the Rumble.
I know, right?
The crowd was so hot for Santino.
I was thinking about this because we had mentioned that this should happen last week too. And I was thinking the closest thing that I think they've ever done with this in a Royal Rumble is the Royal Rumble that Drew Carey was in it. And Matt and Jeff Hardy eliminated each other as he was getting in the ring.
Yeah.
And he just celebrated for the whole minute and a half.
And then Kane came out.
And then Kane came out. And he tried to offer.
But he just said, yeah, I'm just going to eliminate myself.
Yeah.
That's
tremendous.
But I was trying to think, I'm like, what's the closest thing they've done to that? Where like two people eliminate each other as someone is entering the Rumble. Like, I think that's the closest they've ever done.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I forgot to think of one for me. What did I learn? God, there's so much. I kind of talked about what I learned from this weekend off and on here across the last couple hours. But generally, what I learned, the first, I was excited that the first image that I saw of in-ring action on NWA Power on Roku TV included Beastman. So he's in the Battle Royal, it was like a tag team Battle Royal for the last spot in the Crockett Cup because they're showing the Crockett Cup right now. I'm actually enjoying Power. So I guess that's mostly because it's the most recent thing that I watched right now. I also learned that trying to fall asleep, I find half an hour of Double Downs hilarious. And especially when Evil Uno kept losing his fucking mind that they kept doing this. So you just like, please tell him to stop. Please tell him to stop. Like to somebody over there. So God, I love just the weird shit. Like I've had being at, producing, and watching about 4 or 5 wildly different wrestling experiences, right? And that's what I love. Like that just reminds me of what I love about the randomness of all this shit, right? So between whatever happens on Thursday nights, get to an Exodus level show on NWA, to watching Power doing something completely different, to enjoy wrestling's fair show in the city, situation, and then whatever's what's coming on this weekend with 2PW and stuff. So a lot of fun there, guys. Thank you so much, Preston Everest. 2PW's Resuscitated is this Friday night in Irwin, Pennsylvania, at the Emerald Venue, I think it's called. Yes. I'm sorry, Elements.
Elements Venue.
Yes, Elements Venue.
You did learn one other thing
in
wrestling this week, bud.
Yes.
That Preston Everest is the longest reigning 2PW
champion
of all time.
Well, we all learned that. Yes. So, and he'll be defending that belt, presumably successfully, against Andrew Pallas.
Oh, it's going to be successfully.
Sure.
Yeah.
Either way, I'm here for it. Thank you guys so much. Thank you to our Mayhem universe out there. I feel weird saying universe. Look, everybody can get in the shot here on the way out the door.
Yeah,
there he is. And you're just sticking your hand. It's like you just puppeted. You got your hand way up his ass. And well, that's weird. Okay, it's getting really
always the lower half.
Either way, guys, thank you so much. Until next week, Mayhem out.
Just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Do what you
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.